अच्छा अच्छा
Good morning, students. This is our 10th English class. Today we are going to start with the new poem Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. So let's start with the first stanza. Some say the world will end in fire. Some say the word will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I have, from what I have, it's the short form of have. Tasted, from what I have tasted of desire. I hold with those, I hold with those who favor fire. So, first of all, we are going to read about the poet Robert Frost. So, Robert Frost deals with the symbol like fire and ice. He uses fire and ice as a symbol of passion, hardness, and cruelty. It's a beautiful short poem. It underlines the idea that the world is bound to perish. The main idea of the poem is that the world is bound to perish due to fire of passion. Fire. Fire here symbolizes fire here symbolizes greed, in the people, conflict, greed, conflict, violence, etc. Means all the negative things. The poet want to say that some say, means some people say that the world will end in fire. Fire doesn't mean the real fire. The poet used the word fire as a symbol of greed, conflict, and violence, and some other negative traits. And it is also due to ice. Some say in ice. Ice of indifference and hatred. Here, ice symbolizes indifference between people, indifference, and hatred for each other. So, Robert Frost used these two symbols to describe the idea of his poem. Excessive passion or lack of feelings give rise to conflicts which may turn out catastrophic in the end. Catastrophic means devastation in the end. So, the fire in Fire and Ice, the poet brings together two opposite concepts of fire and ice. The fire symbolizes intensity of passion, hardness, and cruelty. Ice symbolize the cold of hatred, cruelty, and the indifference can destroy the world. That the world will come to end, the world will destroy, whether one day it will be with the fire or it will be with the ice. So, from what I have tasted of desire, there are different opinions as how the world will end. Some people think, some say. Who are some? Some are the people. Some people say that the world will end in fire, but there are others. Some say. Some say it will end in ice. So, from what I have tasted, I here is the poet. I here is the poet who is telling his own experience. First experience is told by the people, and the second one also told by the some other persons. But according to the poet, so there are difference of ideas between people and the poet. So here we come to know the poet's opinion. Poet's opinion. The poet agree with those who feel the world will perish with fire. The poet is agreed with fire. Poet is agreed with these people who think that the world will end in fire. The poet is aware that the fire of anger and hatred. What kind of fire will end the world? That is, according to poet's opinion, anger between the people and hatred. Anger and hatred is very strong in this world. People are full of anger, full of hatred in this world. The poet is aware that the fire of anger and hatred is very strong in this world. This fire will bring about the downfall of the world. So, this anger and hatred will bring about the downfall of the world. The fire will bring about the downfall of this world. The fire of hatred will spread and the world will reduce to ashes. When this fire will increase, then the whole world will turn into ashes, the residue of the fire. Another possibility I hold with those, I hold with those who favor fire. So, poet agrees with the people who think that the world will end with fire. Fire is a hatred and anger. So he is with I. I here again is poet. I hold means poet said, I am with those who favor fire. Now come to the second stanza. But if it had to perish twice, but if it had to perish twice, I think, I think, I know enough of hate. To say that for to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. So here the word perish means die, and the word suffice means be sufficient. Be sufficient. So in this second stanza, the poet is discussing or telling the second possibility. First possibility, he already told that he is in the favor of those people who said that the world will end in fire. Fire symbolizes anger as well as hatred. It will bring the downfall of the world when it will increase and turn down the whole world into ashes. Now, in this stanzas, he is talking about another possibility. Another possibility is from his experience, the poet knows that ice is also a great destroyer. Ice is also a great destroyer. Ice symbolizes coldness, rigidity, and insensitivity. Feeling of this type can also bring about the word to an end. So, what does the poet seem to be perturbed about? The poet seems to be think about the word might have to end twice. If, but if it had. It here means word. If word had to die twice. Twice means again. The poet knows, I think I know. I here is poet. I both I means poet. Poet think I know enough of hate is present in this word. The word might end in ice. To say that for destruction ice. If there will be destruction twice, then firstly it will end with fire. If it again it will destroy, then to say that for destruction of ice, the word might end in ice. This possibility is equal, strong, and valid, as also great. Great means valid as well as strong. Here, ice stands for coldness of hatred and indifference. Here, ice symbolizes coldness of hatred and indifference and would suffice, means then the second possibility is ice is sufficient to destroy the wood. So, this is all about the summary of the poem. So, write down the reference to context of stanza 1, and you should also write down the summary in your own words in about 50 to 80 words. reference to context from some say up to favor fire. So the first question is, what does the word, what does the word some signify? I already explained, I already explained it in the poem. So you can write down your answers from the explanation. Second one, what do people say about the, what do people say about the end of the word? End of the word. Third, very important question. Whom does the poet favor and why? Last question of this RTC is, what do you mean by desire? What do you mean by desire? So, these are the questions about RTC 1. Next is stanza 2. Question 1. What does the poet, what does the poet seem to be, perturbed about? Second, what does the, what does the poet know enough? Third, what will be the effect of ice? What will be the effect of ice? Last but not the least, what does ice, what does ice stands for? So these questions of RTC 1 as well as RTC 2 you have to do on your fair notebook. I already explained the summary of the poem. I will explain again for you. So the main theme here is symbol of The Robert Frost, the word, word fire and ice stands for? What do the words fire and ice stands for? Fire and ice are used as metaphors. So it's a literary device used by the poet. One more question you can add. Fire and ice, these two words used as metaphors. Metaphors means literary device used by poets. Literary device used by the poets. Fire stands for fire stands for greed, cruelty, lust, fury, conflict, etc. And ICE stands for ICE stands for intolerance, intolerance, coldness, hatred, insensitivity, insensitivity, etc. Means both here, we can say both here, fire as well as eyes stands for the negative qualities. Both depicts negative qualities. For detrimental, negative qualities for the detrimental to the advancement of civilization. So, what is the main message? What message does the poet want to convey in this poem is the message of warning is conveyed. The message of warning. Conveyed by the poet is message of warning through metaphors, through metaphors. Which metaphors? Fire and ice, both negative forces threatening the world. The poet thinks that if the world does not perish in fire, the poet thinks if world does not end in fire, it will perish in ice. It will perish in ice. If the fire of greed and lust do not destroy the world, what it means, if fire of greed and lust does not destroy the world, perhaps the eyes of perhaps the eyes of indifference, indifference, hatred will surely do, will surely do. So this is the one of the main question which is very important, that the main message given by the Robert Frost in this poem. Last but not the least question which is left for discussion is this. What do fire and what do fire and ice symbolize and interlinked? And interlinked. Okay. So fire word fire and ice opposite to each other. Word fire and ice opposite to each other at the literary level. They are interlinked at they are interlinked at metaphorical level. Metaphorical level. How fire symbolizes passion or desire. When a man has fire, when a man has fire, fire of greed, conflict, etc., etc. Similarly, ice stands for coldness, indifference, etc. The poet says that the poet says that if fire does not destroy the world, if fire does not destroy the world completely, so here the word I'm writing completely. If something is left, the word ice will do so. Ice will do so. So, this is all about your very short poem, Fire and Ice. I hope you understand everything, and I hope you should, all of you are making fair notebooks and writing summary as well as the RTC and message or whatever the theme. Daily, I am giving you the long questions also, only two long questions. Complete it in your notebooks. Thanks. Have a nice day.